Suga!
Yep, that's me receiving my Cambridge rejection. Let me tell you the story about how this all started. About a year ago from now, when there was a speaker arriving to our college from Cambridge. He told us about all the wonderful things about Cambridge, about its sports culture, about its one-to-one, almost one-to-one lessons with professors, about the academic standards, and all of those things. I was so inspired that day. I remember sitting, and after he finished his lecture, I just approached him and was endlessly asking questions about Cambridge. I was so inspired. That day, something really flicked in my head, and I thought, I want to go to Cambridge. I have to be there. I will get there. And I knew that the whole journey of getting to Cambridge is going to be very, very difficult. I'll have to do something exceptional. I realized that I don't want to do engineering, and I actually want to do computer science and AI. Started reading books about neural networks. Then in summer, instead of chilling as everyone, I was making my research project about analyzing stocks and prices. It didn't go well, but in the end, I spent around 4 months of hard work doing that research and trying to understand all of those difficult machine learning concepts. And then I wrote it up and published on preprints.org. You can find it there. I'll actually attach the link to my research. Here comes the next phase, the autumn. The autumn of this year, when everyone was applying through UCAS to UK unis, and I applied and I was studying really hard. I got 4 A stars predicted grades. Everything was doing great. I had some extracurricular activities, and then comes that day. The day of TMUA exam. TMUA didn't seem to be that hard. I've done all the past papers. I actually have the results on my notes of how I did in those past papers. It was about 90% in all of the papers. And when we did it in the class with everyone, I was one of the best in terms of score for TMUA. And I was so confident that I'm just gonna go and crush this exam. I thought, oh, I've listened to all the advice. I'm not stressed out. I'm completely confident, and I'll just crush it. Yeah? This exam is mine. However, here comes the day of TMUA. I'm not actually sure if it did matter, but for some reason it happened so that on that day I had the TMUA exam on the same time as the prettiest girl in our college. And so we went with that girl, and I felt a bit nervous, to be honest, with her trying to, I don't know, now it sounds so foolish, but I tried to, impress her, make some jokes, or just remove the stress out. And I didn't think about the exam completely. I remember I walk into the exam room, and it's that center where other guys are doing like driving tests and other sorts of stuff, not maths, yeah. And I'm going there to do TMUA. When I started those 40 questions, I felt bewildered. I didn't cope with time. I just didn't feel the strength, no more confidence. When I entered the exam, when I started it, It was horrible. It was just horrible. And I just remember I woke out and I was so crushed. I've completely depleted all of my energy resources for the whole week after the TMUA exam, and I knew that I didn't do well. So guys, sometimes it happens that if you feel overly confident about something, maybe change your mind or think really hard. Do you have the evidence of feeling so confident? The score I got is 6.2 out of 9, where I used to get around like 7.5 minimum, 7.58, and I was aiming for that sort of mark. I got 6.2. It's about 20th percentile of all the people. So out of all the people, I was top 20%. And at that moment, my application to both Cambridge and Imperial College London, which required TMUA, were jeopardized. I was still hoping for Cambridge, to be honest, because I have a really strong personal statement and I'm confident about it, and I've done a lot of stuff. But, well, as you've seen it, I got rejected from Cambridge. I went through the interview and I got rejected. So now I'm gonna tell you what I did wrong. Okay, listen carefully. So the whole thing about Oxbridge applications, it's not only about Cambridge but also about Oxford, is that 4 A stars is not enough, let alone 3 A stars. Guys, 3 A stars is the bare minimum to get into Oxbridge. Please understand that. The grades for A level are just the starting point of your Cambridge or Oxbridge or Oxford application. Really, to get there, you must do some extra stuff. The second thing is that, guys, if you have the admissions test, please know that the admissions test is probably gonna be the most important factor of whether you will get into Cambridge or Oxford. Okay? Admission test is the most important thing. Easy. I could jinx about how the Cambridge admissions officers do their job. Maybe they just do an Excel spreadsheet and rank people by their admission scores. That would actually be a very good strategy for them. And so you definitely don't want to fail your admissions test like me. Alright, and the last bit, which didn't help me but is very crucial for your application, is your personal statement. The thing is, guys, if your personal statement is boring, no one is gonna read it. During my interview, what I found out is that the admissions tutor only read the most important bit and the coolest bit, the one about the research I made, and literally all the other stuff, all the other books or experience or previous or anything that didn't interest them, they just skipped all of that. So guys, just stand out. In your personal statement, there has to be some very strong point. Even if it's just one very strong point, emphasize it as much as you can. Really, you better have one very, very, very good point. Like, I don't know, some Olympiad performance. Or if you're a medic, some experience, something very unique, yeah, which people can can hook to. Okay, really, when admissions officers are reviewing your application, every applicant seems the same. And what defines you is that one thing, one very, very unique, specific thing that only pertains to you. So you must have that thing emphasized a lot, okay? It's like, I remember I was reading someone's personal statement and he got accepted into Oxford. So his personal statement actually started with, I've always wanted to become a magician. Okay. And then he elaborated on that. And I think that really did draw some attention of the admissions tutors, and he was recognized for that. So guys, make your personal statement interesting. The very good thing is if you make it to read like a story. People love stories. If you start from where you began, from your passions, and go through your whole journey like in a book, then you'll be much more likely to catch the attention of the admissions tutors. Guys, don't make my mistakes. Just do the freaking admissions test really, really well. Okay? Do all you can do to prepare well for those tests. And also do other things which I suppose you have already done. I mean, the personal statement and the grades. So yep, guys, these are my primary takeaways about my Cambridge application. And yeah, guys, good luck.